You're right. Oh, come on now. He seems like a really nice guy. I know that big office and the fancy title might sound scary, but I bet no vault overseer is bad, really. If you got to know him a little better, you'd see what a great guy he is. It's a fine day in Fourville. How may I help you? I'm glad you got this sorted out. I didn't want this hanging over my campaign. I've been thinking, since you're going to be working on my campaign, it might be a good idea to get to know some of the townsfolk a little better. That'll set us up nicely before the final hustings of the campaign in a few days' time. I've just had word of what happened in the battle. Roscoe was a good man. And a friend. You're right. He wasn't born here, yet he treated each and every one of us as though they were his own family. How dare you say that? Roscoe could be difficult, but he was a good man and a hero to this town. I think you should leave now. Thank you. Your sympathy means a lot. He'd not lived in this town long. Came from somewhere out west a few years back. I always sensed he was troubled. That was why he was the way he was. I never asked him about it. Everyone deserves their secrets. He could be difficult at times. Hell, he could be downright rude. But I know he was a good man who cared about the town more than anything else. Thank you for your help. I'm sure Roscoe would have been grateful too. I don't know if you've heard, but I wanted to tell you personally. Raiders attacked the town recently, and Chief Roscoe was killed. I appreciate the sympathy. Roscoe will be missed. I'm sorry. I just thought you'd want to know. Maybe you should just leave. None of us saw this coming. Roscoe had defended this town hundreds of times. Raiders attacked the town. Roscoe got a few officers together and went to fight them. They were able to hold them off, but Roscoe was hit. He didn't make it. Roscoe could be difficult at times. Hell, he could be downright rude. But he'll always be remembered as a hero who laid down his life for the town. I just want you to know, there's no hard feelings for you working on Mackenzie's election campaign. If it isn't my #1 election worker, thank you so much for all your help. I don't think I could have won without you. It was a pleasure to work with you. I'm afraid with the election over, I won't be needing your help anymore. Take this as payment. I threw in a little extra as a thank you for helping me win. I know we're not Diamond City, but it's not about the size of the town. It's about looking after everyone who lives here. The opening of Vault 4 was one of the greatest vindications of my policy platform that I could have ever hoped for. The people in there have touched many of our lives in a way which has enriched our community and made us the better for it. Even though things with Vault 4 didn't work out as I'd hoped, there's still a lot we can learn from it. Vault 4 shows that wishes are possible, and dreams can come true. Thank you for electing me to be your mayor again. I can't wait to get started on the next 4 years. Thank you. I'm glad there's no hard feelings. There's a lot of work to do. Finding out the truth about Vault 4 is shaking a lot of people, but we can come back from it. Thank you, people of Fourville, and thank you to the returning officer who did a great job counting all the ballots. It means so much to me that you've decided to trust me with another term as your mayor. It's been such a great time getting to know you all. Thank you, but I didn't do it for the praise. I just want to make people happy. I'm going to keep looking after the people and promoting good relations with Vault 4. Anyway, you're welcome around Fourville anytime. Thank you for all you've done for the town. Chuck wants to work for the good of everyone in the vault. That's a motive I can understand. I think it's really important that we have a good relationship with everyone in Vault 4. As my campaign assistant, I think you should go around and meet some of the Vault residents. Be our unofficial ambassador, so to speak. Is there anything else you wanted while you're here? I'm pleased you've already done so much to build up a good relationship between our two communities. I think we need to return our focus to the campaign. Election day isn't far off. I have an idea to boost the visibility of our campaign. Now, was there something else you needed? It's so exciting to have Vault 4 open after all these years. I never gave up the belief it would happen. I'm sure any of our new friends from the Vault would be happy to tell you more about it. I don't know what to tell you. Everything I thought I knew about the Vault was wrong. The Vault, it was all a lie. None of it was real. But you figured it out, didn't you? Was I the only one who didn't know? You're right. I should have been paying more attention. It must have been so obvious to everyone else. But I told everyone the vault would open, that we could be friends with the people inside. I misled everyone. I don't know. I'll have to trying to explain to everyone. How could I have been so wrong? 2 endorsements. Not bad, not bad. Just the one. Is that all? Never mind. I suppose it's better than nothing. They all refused? This could really be a hit to my campaign. Getting Mayor McDonough was quite the coup. He's a well-respected figure in the Commonwealth. I was lucky to have won the election. The people should have tossed me out. I'm not sure if I can trust my own judgment. This is sure to cost me when election day comes. I lost? How could I have lost? Congratulations on your win. You and Miss Mackenzie fought a good campaign. I need some time alone to get over the result. Oh, let's see who you got. Fantastic. You got all 3? You must be quite persuasive. Excellent. You got both. You must be quite persuasive. Hancock's endorsement is certainly colorful. I like McCready's. He's a man people can relate to. The election is only 5 days away now. We've entered the purdah period, which means we're prohibited from campaigning in order to let people make up their own minds. That means I don't have any work for you. All that remains is to wait for election day. Best of luck, and thanks for all your help. I'll have to admit, I'm quite nervous about the election. Oh, God, I feel like such a fool. It's no wonder I lost the election. Everyone must have seen it except me. I suppose you're right. I put everything I could into that campaign. I don't think there's anything else I could have done. Huh? Oh, of course. You'll still get paid. It's not your fault. The people have made their choice. We have to respect that. That's great. Here's who I need. I know, it's not glamorous, but this is politics. Don't worry. I'll make sure you're compensated when the election is over. Here's who I need. Are you getting to know our new friends? This is such an exciting time for Fourville. I need endorsements from other Commonwealth mayors. Do you think you'd be able to collect them for me? I see you've made quite an impression on our new friends. That's great, but I think it's time we returned our focus to the campaign. I have an idea that will really boost our visibility. Mayor Hancock is a must-have. Say what you want about Goodneighbor. Hancock is a popular figure, and he's really turned that place around. It's just a shame Mayor McDonough turned out to be a synth. He would have been a great endorsement. Make sure you get Mayor McDonough, too. Having the mayor of a big city like that on our side is bound to win over some undecideds, even if it does cost me Teddy's vote. Also, I heard your friend McCready used to be a mayor in the Capital Wasteland. Also, I've heard that the mercenary McCready used to be a mayor in the Capital Wasteland. I think he hangs around the third rail in Goodneighbor. He might be an unconventional choice, but he'd give my campaign some edge. Those 3 should be enough. Make sure you're quick about it. This might be the last opportunity we have to influence people before the vote. I see from that jumpsuit you're a vault dweller. I'd be quite interested in hearing more about it. Oh, I thought from that jumpsuit. Never mind. I suppose now I'll go back to being an ordinary citizen. Maybe I'll run again in 4 years. Maybe not. Here's the money you're owed for all the work you did on the campaign. If you don't mind, I need some time alone. I hope you don't think this is below you, but it'd be really helpful if you could put up a few posters for me. Publicity is the most important part of an election. I need to make sure the people know my message. We've got a problem. A really big problem. No, everything is not all right. We are in serious trouble. Okay, calm down. I've just had word that someone has been spreading lies about me all around town, saying I'm stealing from my own campaign fund. Why would anyone say such a thing? I've only ever tried to help Fourville. Thank you so much. I knew hiring you was the right move. Mackenzie is ruthless, but she's not a bad person. I don't think she'd do something like this. You're gonna have to dig around a little bit. Ask the people in town to see if they've heard anything. Please help. My campaign depends on it. I can't stop worrying about all this. Yes, you can fix it, right? That's what I hired you for. Of course it matters. This is my reputation on the line. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to snap at you. This is just a stressful time for me. We need to find out who's saying these things and stop them. We're going to find out who's saying these things and get them to stop. I've not heard any slanderous rumors in a while. Does that mean you've been successful? I'm glad you got that sorted out when you did. The final hustings of the campaign is in 3 days. I didn't want this hanging over me. As my campaign assistant, I'd very much like for you to be there when it happens. Glad to hear it. I knew hiring you was a good idea. Yes, right. Okay. Well, I thought we could start by outlining our policy positions and then take some questions. As the challenger, would you like to go first, Miss Mackenzie? I don't know what to say. The vault will improve our lives. I've already explained how it gives us a culture and identity. But when it opens, it will bring untold prosperity and shelter. I believe in the vault. And if there's one thing I want in this world, it's for Vault 4 to open. It's what? I knew it. I knew I was right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the final hustings of the election campaign. Thank you all for coming. I'm sure you're very excited to. I'm sure you all know my positions by now. 4 years ago, you backed me to be your mayor, and I've served to the best of my ability. Community is what's important to me, not dry policy. I want us all to be friends. I want us all to be happy. I want us all to remember the vault. The vault is an important part of our history and culture. The vault brings us excitement. It brings us wonder. I don't know about all of you, but I don't want that replaced with the dusty, numbers-driven town that Miss Mackenzie envisions. There's no way that's true. Where's your evidence? No, I don't accept that. I still believe in the vault, no matter what kind of man Willis was. Vault 4 will open. I believe it will. If there's one thing I want to see in my life, it's Vault 4 open. I know we don't all believe in the vault, but it doesn't have to divide us. It can unite us. There have been a lot of nasty rumors floating around over the course of this campaign, but none of them are true. I love this town. I'm a dedicated mayor, and I want to continue doing my best for the people of this town. What's going on? Is everyone all right? I can't believe it. It's really happening. The vault is opening. We've been waiting for the vault to open all our lives. We are descended from the people who couldn't get in on the day of the bombs. People of the vault, we bid you welcome to the town of Fourville. We have waited for this moment for a long time. I am Mayor Wayne Sanders, pleased to make your acquaintance. Thank you. That's a very generous offer. I'll come right away. This is so exciting. After all this time, Vault 4, open. That's great. That's great. Here's a stack of leaflets and a list of undecided voters. You're going to be helping me a lot out here. That's wonderful news. Thank you. Here's a small reward for your efforts. Since you've done such good work for me, I actually have a little offer that might interest you. How would you like to come and work for me on my campaign to be re-elected as mayor? You did such a good job for me, I was actually hoping to offer you a job working in my re-election campaign. I was a little disappointed when I heard you'd already signed up to help Miss Mackenzie. I really don't think she's the right person for Fourville at the moment. How's the delivery work going? That's no problem. You take your time. Is there anything I can do for you today? I'm very proud of Fourville. In some ways, I consider everyone here to be a member of my family. I'm sure the fine folks at the museum, or the site of the original settlement, could tell you much more than I could, though. Have you thought about my offer? I heard you signed up to work with Miss Mackenzie. I won't pretend I'm not disappointed. Is there anything else I can help you with? That's fantastic news. Between you and me, Miss Mackenzie has proven to be a formidable opponent, and I'm going to need all the help I can get. That's a shame, but I'll keep the job open for you. I'm always looking for more help. I'll keep the job open for you while you think about it. I'd sure appreciate the extra help. You'd be working closely with me to win the trust of the people of Fourville, and convince them to elect me to another term as mayor. So, what do you say? My daughter told me about what the two of you did. I can't believe you could be so reckless. My daughter isn't suited to fighting, to put it politely. All the same, I'm grateful for what you did. My wife can rest peacefully now. I'll be grateful to you forever for what you did. Didn't Sarah pay you the bounty? Here's a little extra on top anyway. I bet Meat Hook never saw you coming. It was a few years after my Sarah was born. My wife went out to trade with another settlement. Raiders got her on the way there. That's why I decided to be mayor, so I could help people in her name. If you've come to offer words of sympathy, don't bother. It's your fault my daughter is dead. She wasn't suited to fighting. I thought the desk job would keep her safe. Well, maybe you should have been more careful when you dragged her off on your latest wasteland adventure. I'm sorry. I know it's not your fault. Maybe I should have taught her to deal with her grief better. She was too young to understand what happened when her mother died. Do you have no compassion? How dare you belittle my daughter in such a way? If you really understand the pain, then maybe you should have been more careful with the life of someone else's child. I don't think we have anything more to discuss. My daughter is dead, and nothing you say will change that. I just want to mourn her. There was a bounty, wasn't there? Sarah should have paid you already. Thank you again for what you did. I just wish I could have done it myself. Sarah and I have been a lot closer since the pair of you took out Meat Hook. I didn't realize what a toll having him alive has taken on us. Things haven't been the same since I lost my Sarah. Life feels a lot emptier now. Why, hello there. Roscoe radioed and mentioned we had a visitor coming down. I hope he didn't give you too much trouble. He loves to try and vet visitors. He didn't really tell me much about you. Perhaps you'd like to fill me in? Or maybe you have some questions for me. He told me you mentioned something about being a vault dweller. I'd be quite interested in hearing more about it. Oh, hello again. I do hope our little town is treating you well. What can I do for you today? Hello there. What can I do for you today? If it wasn't for this vault, this town wouldn't exist. Pioneering heroes built this town waiting for it to open, but it never did. I told people this during my election campaign 4 years ago. I believe the vault will open in my lifetime, and I will do anything I can to make it so. This is very disturbing indeed. Whoever this strange man is, he wanted everyone to think the vault's dangerous for some reason. Perhaps he was in the employ of Mackenzie. Yes, that would make sense. She's always wanted the town to forget about the vault. I'd not heard anyone repeat the rumors for a while, so I just assumed. Was I right? Have you dealt with the slanderer? Before we head off, I had something I wanted to say. Vault 111? I've never heard of that one. We got a few people coming here from 81, but no one's ever claimed to be from 111. Oh, it's not like Roscoe to get something like that wrong. I'll have to have a word with him. So point, is it? I should have realized. Some of the things I hear about these vaults, well, I don't need to tell you. Oh, yes, we get plenty from 81, but we've heard of lots of other vaults. Well, I can tell you a little bit, but if you really want to know more, we have a museum up above the entrance where you can learn all about Fourville. Excuse me, I'm sorry, but I won't hear a bad word said against Fourville. It might not be the most glamorous town, but it's our home. Oh, that's the same as any town, really. We've got places to shop, eat, drink, have fun. We even have a museum where you can learn about the town's history. This is Fourville. It might not look like much, but it's the product of generations of digging and building. Now, I'm sure you've noticed our town's main attraction, Vault 4. I always make sure to let the new visitors know the door can't be open. It hasn't opened since the day the bombs fell over 200 years ago. Our ancestors waited outside the vault, expecting shelter when it opened after 20 years. But it never did. Some people, me included, still hold out hope that the vault will open one day. But listen to me talking your ear off. If you really want to learn more, you can visit the site of the original town in front of the vault door. Or you can visit our museum above the entrance. Feel free to take in what the town has to offer. Enjoy yourself. My door is always open if you want to have a little chat. Not much to tell. As mayor, I look after the whole town. My daughter Sarah especially. Her mother died when she was just a kid. Murdered. So times have been tough for us. Sarah and I don't talk as much as I'd like, but that's my problem, not yours. You come back any time, you hear? Like I told you. Visit the museum and the site of the original settlement, and you'll learn everything you need to know. Actually, there's a little something that a traveler like you would be perfectly suited for. We've got an election coming up, and I'm looking to hire a neutral party to deliver leaflets to undecided voters. What do you say? Oh, thank goodness. This is a huge relief. Please hurry. The last hustings of the campaign is coming up, and I want this matter resolved before then. Thank you for your hospitality, Overseer Nally. I know you've been working for Miss Mackenzie in the election, but I don't hold it against you. In fact, you've done a lot for this town. I wanted to do something to thank you for all the work you've done in helping me with my election campaign. In recognition for everything you've done, I'm granting you the right to vote in the elections when the time comes. I hope you're getting along with our new friends from the vault. Chuck is a really great guy, isn't he?